Taking a look at my quince tree. This tree was planted in 2018, making it 6 years old now. It's listed as hardy to zone 5, and I'm in zone 5, and it's done great here. I've never noticed any impacts of winter dieback or anything like that. It's supposed to be on dwarfing rootstock, on quince rootstock, but it has grown pretty tall. It's probably 12 feet tall now, and some of these branches have put on 4 feet of growth maybe this year. So it's done really well this year. A couple last winter was very mild. This year was quite wet, and so we've got a really good fruit set of quince. There's fruit everywhere in this tree. It's completely loaded, and they're huge. We'll take a look at this one here. The fruits are absolutely huge. And the reason its name is Giant of Zagrab is because the fruit is so big, but you can see it's much bigger than my hand there. They're very heavy, very hard. They're pretty much ripe now. They're yellow and they don't get soft, but very hard and fragrant too. If you smell these, they just smell really, really fragrant. They're pleasant smelling. We haven't found a lot of uses for them yet. Last year we blended a couple up and put them in with the apple cider. I didn't really notice the flavor in the apple cider, but if you did chew on that pulp, it's pleasant. It's pineapple-like taste, and yeah, I know we've tried baking a couple, and I know there's also another recipe, quince almond pie. Anyways, a very good tree, very productive. Still figuring out uses for quince, but it does grow well here. And I know a lot of people like to put it in apple sauce as well too. So that's certainly lots of fruit to add in your applesauce here. You can't just really eat this off the tree. It's so hard that it does need to be processed in some way. One thing I have noticed is quite a few of the fruits this year have split. Again, it was very wet this year, but you see a little split there and a really big one on the back. They're split wide open, and I assume that's from the heavy rains we had this summer, and a little bit in the fall as well too. So probably a quarter of these have some kind of split, which not a big deal. They can be cut around and still utilized. Yeah, so that's a look at the quince tree.